Hi guys, I'm just filming a quick video on how to show you how to start your Zentangle fruit still life. If you're in the art room, you have this fruit bowl as your subject where you can take a picture of it. If you're at home, you can create your own fruit bowl if you have fruit at home, or you can Google an image of a fruit bowl if that helps, and do it that way. I'm just gonna put this over here so I have some space, and give me a second to get this set up so you guys can see the paper. Kind of hard to see. I'll do the best I can and show you. When you start, I mentioned how you have to draw the fruit first. So I'm going to do a really quick sketch of fruit. You just want to make sure you don't go too small with the bowl. That's the biggest problem I see people have, is they draw their bowls so tiny, and then it's really hard to, or it just makes it really hard to draw the fruit because it's really small. So if you're drawing your fruit bowl, I'm going to put it somewhere on the paper. It doesn't have to be centered. It can be anywhere you want. That makes sense for you. And then I'm going to draw in a bunch of fruit. I'm going to do this quickly. Draw in some fruit. Detail. Fill it up. You can make your bowl solid if you'd like, and you can make that, put a pattern on it, or you could have the fruit going all the way down in and have it be like a clear bowl. That's again a choice that you guys can make. The next thing, after you've drawn your much more detailed fruit bowl, you are then going to do the horizon line. So the horizon line is where sort of the land and the sky meet. So in the art room, it would be where the floor to ceiling meet. So you have to put that in there to kind of anchor your subject. So I'm going to put mine about right in the middle. Not really middle, but like maybe 3/4 of the way down. So now I've got my horizon line. Once you have that, the next thing you're going to do is divide up the background space. And to do that, I'm just going to take my ruler and make different spaces. That can be triangles, they can be sort of different variations of squares. I'll show you a little bit more what I mean, but see how I'm starting to build out some spaces. And remember, in those spaces eventually will be where you do your Zentangles. So I'm just gonna do this quickly, divide. You guys divide it up whatever way you'd like. And now I've got my background. And once you do that, the next step is having fun with the Zentangle process. Always use a pencil first, and then you can go on with Sharpie. Remember, the background's only black and white, and the fruit is the only thing that's gonna be colorful. You can also, if you want to, some people sometimes like to just do one pattern on the floor. You can do that, or that could be a break in space from the Zentangles and just keeping it plain. But usually something down there works pretty well. It could be something simple. Or you just, if you really feel like the rest is really busy and you just need a break, that would be a good place to do it. Also, if you're a really slow worker, that would be a place to leave blank if you are struggling to get this done. Then the next part is designing all inside the little, they're not all squares, but little shapes. So if you are doing some sort of Zentangle with spirals, I could start filling it out here and fill the space carefully. Please use the resources on the internet for this project. There are so many awesome Zentangles if you Google Zentangle or patterns, and tons of stuff comes up, and that can be really helpful for just getting started on the Zentangle process. Remember, they're organized doodles, so they're not scribble scrabble in the space. It's a design that is thought out, but it's supposed to be kind of relaxing to do. So hopefully this is fun. I think it's fun. But also it's going to teach you a little bit about patterns and design. One last thing to consider is when you are coloring in the background with the black and white, some things you might want to keep just line, and other things you might want to color in with the black Sharpie. So for example, if I'm doing a checkerboard, you could make that checkerboard just line, or you could, I don't have a Sharpie with me, but you could color it in a checkerboard pattern and have it actually colored in. You don't want it to all be lined. You do want some areas where you color in. So make sure there's a balance on that in your piece. The part that takes the longest is probably the Zentangles. And some people like to just color the fruit first, so that's their pop of color, and then work on the background. But you do need to divide up the space first in the background, and then you could color your fruit and then start to do Zentangles in the background. It's up to you what you choose to do first. I'd recommend the fruit first, I think. Color the fruit and then be... Sorry about that. And that's the rough sketch, and hopefully that gives you a little guidance, especially if you are working at home and you want to refer back to this again. All right, thank you. Good luck.